This book came in the post the other day. It's a superhero series. Not a series, it's tied in with the Graveyard Shift universe. It's called Omega Storm. And I do like my indie superheroes these days because I don't bother too much with the Marvel and DC stuff. So it's nice to get some kind of superhero action. And you always hope for something different. And I think it definitely got that from here. So I'm gonna do a quick review, not to bore everybody. I'll break this down into three sections. Uh, Characters is going to be one section. Standout scenes. I'm going to pick two standout scenes, and then I'll have some critiques at the end. So as far as characters go, um, this is like a new team. You've got plenty of different characters there. To me, the ones that stood out the most, there was a character called Red Dawn. He's at the back here with this. Actually, let me turn off my face here. You can see him back here flying with this blonde girl. Like he's kind of like a Russian Superman type character, but at the start of the story, he just has some like brilliant lines. Like he's got broken English, and it just I don't know. I was laughing my head off reading some of the stuff he was saying, and then for me, the two characters that stole the whole thing was this guy Kronos and this fella back here, Ark. Essentially, Kronos is like his backstory is he fell into some dark matter experiment, his father's dark matter experiment, and he's like this kind of like a juggernaut type character. But this armor, I just love visually the way that the armor all kind of like folds out and wraps around him and stuff. Like it's just to me that probably visually was the most interesting looking hero that was in there. And then he kind of has a lot of scenes with this other guy back here. His name is Ark. He's got this like bioelectrical blast. There's nothing that original about him, I don't think. But the two of them together just have some really funny lines. Like they completely stole this story. They were just anytime they were there, I was like laughing and just looking forward to seeing what they were going to say. They were just like they're trying to like I suppose go out there and score some ladies, and then sometimes I get the impression that Ark is a closeted gay and he kind of fancies his buddy and he's trying to like test the waters to see if his friend is gay as well. I think that's what I got from it. I don't know if I picked that up correctly, like, but there's another. So like that's kind of it. Like the leader Rick Rogers has a nice element to him, whereas like he's been out of action for 6 months, his powers are gone, and then when he comes back, there's a lot of kind of doubt there around him. You get a kind of a Captain America vibe off him a little bit, but essentially there's nothing like super original about him. But if I go on to the standout scenes, like the two best scenes is probably the scene at the end and then the second last scene. So, or sorry, the scene at the start, the first fight scene at the start, and then the second last scene. So this is the fight scene at the start where when Rick Rogers comes back, the team's base gets attacked by these like mid-tier villains, and they don't actually look like this. They take this thing called a supercharge. A bunch of them ended up on Earth from another planet, and it's like an injection, and they just hulk out like this, and they get massive. But I think for me, what I loved about this scene, there was a few elements. So like you had the leader coming back with no powers, and they're getting attacked. You had the leader of the villains. So because he's an electrical guy, his name is not Gigawatt. It's so he's a black man. It's just change that G to an N, and that's his name. I'm not going to say it because I don't know if you're allowed if you're allowed to say that, but he had some really brilliant lines in it, and like he's so powerful. Like he's beating the crap out of everyone. Like even when he's fighting Rick Rogers at one point, he's calling him like a cracker and stuff. Like just very funny character. Um, and then you get another hero from one of the supplemental books. His name is Ruiner. I know who he is. he kind of turns up out of nowhere. So you've got that nice page turn, and like he flies into battle, and like decks one of these characters, and I love that about superhero stuff. It's like when a bit of reinforcements turn up out of nowhere, and then to end that scene, you get the hero or the leader. I keep calling him the hero. They're all heroes. Like the leader of the team, he gets his powers back, but it's like they come back even stronger than before. Like so that was a brilliant scene. Like there were the kind of reasons why I like that scene. And then I guess the second last scene is they essentially the team have to break into this kind of ancient statue. They have to break in to get a disc in the statue's head, which will reveal the location of the homeworld of this even bigger baddie that they have to get to. Like, but what was great about this scene is you kind of had more of more kind of heroes who turned up with these supercharges in them. So like at the start you had 3, now you've got 5 turn up. Like I didn't take a photograph of them, but they turn up and they have to fight them. So that there's like a bigger number of them. They have to fight them. The guy, one of the characters I love the most, Kronos, his name is. He gets fucked into the lava, and I was like, "Oh shit!" You're kind of like he was the best character in it, like one of the best, because he keeps kind of saying "bruh" or "bro," and I was like, "Fuck!" They've just killed him off, like. But then he comes back, like because obviously the lava can't kill him, like he's kind of indestructible or whatever. He comes out later to save one of his teammates, so that's a real like throw your fist in the air moment. I love those types of moments. And then at the very end you get this another surprise turn up of a character from this, I guess, John Malin universe. John Malin is the writer of this story, and I think he's the co-creator of Graveyard Shift. But you get another famous character coming in. His name is the Black Hood. He comes in out of nowhere to kind of help them. So that was why I really liked this scene as well. It was just those kind of like different dynamics going on there. Um, and then as far as critiques go, I guess my critiques, like the story starts out about the serial killer. Like you get an amazing first 3 pages, and then you get a bit of a information dump, which for me is always a tough pill to swallow, because normally I want to get lubed up a bit more into the story before I have to invest my time into reading all this stuff. But like it's kind of a crazy read. It tells you what happened to all the heroes and stuff like that. Like, so I guess one of my critiques is it was a bit too early of an info dump, and then what you think is going to be this kind of the heroes maybe trying to find the serial killers, they just get pulled off onto this other kind of universe spanning adventure with the Graveyard Shift characters. And when those Graveyard Shift characters come into it, at first I was kind of like, whoa, this is cool. But then I think I was getting to like the Omega Storm character so much that I was like, oh, this is taking up screen time from me having fun with those, with the Russian dude or the two bros, or even that character Bad Side. Like she has some really nice thought bubble stuff where she's lusting after a ruiner. Great. I don't know. I just really enjoyed all that. Like it really helped to kind of humanize the characters and kind of make them a bit more 3 dimensional. Um, what other critiques did I have in my notes? In the middle there, at one point, I didn't really. There was a few characters in there. I didn't know who they were. I think they might have been tied into Graveyard Shift Volume 4, which was the only book I didn't back, because the art style was very different to all the others. It was kind of like a manga style, and to me, I kind of have a mental picture of what these characters look like, and they don't have that kind of goofy anime style look to them. Like, so I couldn't really get my head around that. Like, but then the last thing is the art. To me, the art goes between, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10 to an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like, so, like, there's some incredible, like, this is phenomenal artwork. I love this. Like, and then that's amazing. Like really beautiful stuff. Like look at that, phenomenal. Like these double page spreads are look at like so fucking nice. Like, but then there's a lot of these pages as well. It almost looks like a different artist, or looks like it's rushed. Um, so there was a little bit of inconsistency there, slightly. Like, but you know, it's fine. It didn't really take me out of the story that much. And then this leads me on to the end here. Like that's my critiques finished. The final scene is it kind of brings you back to the serial killer story a little bit. It's a crazy fucked up scene, and it did leave me. I had heard a lot of people talking about this scene, so I was kind of, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew there was kind of a crazy scene coming, and I wasn't let down by it, but it left me wanting more. And it does. It's weird. I now want more of Omega Storm than I do of Graveyard Shift, which is kind of a bit of a something I didn't expect. So that's my review. I'm on 11 minutes, so I'm gonna end it up here. Yeah, have a nice day, everybody.